This morning on DC News Now, we're talking about a chilly start out there. Many of us starting off upper 20s to low 30s. Be sure to layer up before you step out the door. I'll certainly have more details. Looking towards the rest of that 7-day coming up.
You know, we went back inside and huddled in the back, and it just kept getting worse and worse, and it was just amazing.
A massive explosion over the weekend in Frederick, causing damage to 6 homes and 5 cars and taking the life of a truck driver. What we know about the incident this morning.
That's the former mayor of College Park in court today after allegedly having child porn. What's next in the case? And
former Maryland Governor Larry Hogan giving a definitive answer on if he will challenge former President Trump for the Republican presidential nomination. Hear from Hogan coming up.
The station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
All right, it's 6 o'clock on this Monday morning. It's definitely Monday.
Oh, yes, I feel it.
Feels like it. Yeah. Good morning to you. Thanks for joining us. I'm Corey James.
Yeah, happy Monday and good morning. I'm Shanika Grimshaw in for Tanaya Wright. We're starting you off this morning with a live look outside. It's so beautiful. Love the lights over the Kennedy Center.
Yeah, looking absolutely great out there, although it's a bit chilly. So as you're heading out, just make sure that you are bundled up. But later on today, we'll see those temperatures climbing back upper 50s to right about 60 degrees. But like I mentioned, many of us are on the chillier side of things. We're talking upper 20s to low 30s. We did just drop down below the freezing mark in Frederick, or right at the freezing mark in Hagerstown and Leesburg. In DC, though, we're starting off a touch warmer into a low 40s at this hour. But like I mentioned, we'll eventually notice a bit more of those clouds strolling through over the course of the day today. But still, we'll see mainly sun-filled skies. It will be dry for your Monday. Later on tonight, though, that's when we could see a few rain showers sliding by. But for your morning commute, we're looking at a few more clouds strolling in by the 9 o'clock hour. Aside from that, we'll see a mix of sun and clouds. Those temperatures climbing all the way through the low 40s through about 9 a.m. As we get towards later on this afternoon, we're talking high temperatures upper 50s to low 60s for your Monday afternoon. However, this warm air will not be sticking around for the rest of the week. I'll have the latest details on those numbers coming up. But right now, I do want to toss it over to Tosin with the on-board traffic update. How are those roadways at this hour?
Well, we're going to start off in Maryland. Okay, they fixed the cameras. Good, because it was moving around a second ago. But this is 295 and 193. As you can see, traffic picking up at this hour, but things are moving slowly. If you are going 270 North Bethesda, Rockville, Germantown, it's pretty smooth sailing, all green on the map in that area. We're going to look inside of the Beltway. As you can see, this is Kenilworth Avenue and Eastern Avenue. Things moving pretty smoothly as well in D.C.
All right, Tosin, thank you. Your time right now is 6:02, and your Know and Go headlines this morning. One person is dead after a tanker truck exploded over the weekend in Frederick. It happened on Route 15. 6 nearby homes were also damaged, along with 5 cars. Officials say they do not believe the incident poses a threat to the public. Our Lex Wars is live this morning with what is next for neighbors as a cleanup is underway.
And happening today, former College Park Mayor Patrick Boyan is expected to be in court this morning for a bond hearing. Police arrested and charged Boyan last week with possession and distribution of child porn. They say it was all done through a Kik Instant Messenger account. We'll have more coverage all day on air and online.
And this weekend marked 3 years since COVID first made its way to Maryland. The first 3 cases were confirmed from people traveling abroad. Now, less than 2 weeks later, businesses and schools would shut down across the country.
And starting this morning, the Cheverly Police Department has now become the DMV's second law enforcement agency in recent weeks to team up with Metro Transit Police. It comes after several high-profile violent incidents that's gotten attention of riders. It is still unclear to what extent the Cheverly Police will help out.
And Prince George's County Police are investigating a deadly shooting in Hyattsville. It happened near 52nd Avenue. Now, police say one man died at the scene. His name has not been released at this time. Detectives are asking anyone with any information to contact Crime Stoppers. And Prince William County Police, they're investigating a shooting that sent one person to the hospital. Authorities say it happened shortly after 9 o'clock last night on Fullerton Road. According to detectives, the suspect and the victim, they both knew each other. Police say the suspect is in custody. No word on a motive.
People start looking and don't pay attention for just a split second, and then they're on the back of someone else's car. I'm surprised we didn't have an accident here again today.
And that was Brad Hammond you just heard from there. He lives just feet away from where that deadly tanker explosion happened over the weekend. Now, that truck was transporting fuel for Sheetz when it crashed on Route 15 Saturday.
The driver of the truck belonging to CLI Transport was killed after the fire engulfed the truck and damaged nearby homes. Fire crews arrived on the scene within minutes. One home was heavily damaged. Several residents have been displaced. Now, police say they do not believe the liquid that spilled poses a threat to the public, but residents are surprised by the damage left behind.
It's unbelievable. I just can't believe something like this could happen.
It's definitely worse than I thought. It's a lot of damage. It's surprising to see how destroyed the house is.
Staying in Frederick, one person is dead after being shot by police. Officials say police were searching for a man who was wanted for probation violation. Chief Jason Lando with the Frederick Police Department says the person had a knife, refused to put it down, and charged at officers. Police shot and killed him. Right now, officers are still investigating.
I'm unable to release any other details at this time out of respect not only to the family of the deceased, but to the investigatory process. We have to let the IID do their job from here.
A release from the Maryland Attorney General states that officers called EMS and began CPR, but were unable to revive the man. Now, the person killed by those officers have not been named.
5 minutes after the hour, a former College Park Mayor, Patrick Wooyon, is expected to be in court this morning for a bond hearing. Now, police arrested and charged him with possession and distribution of child porn last week. Court documents reveal graphic details stating Wooyon had videos of young boys and sent them to other people. According to the documents, Wooyon used instant messenger account Kik to do that. A local children's advocacy group says more cases like this need to be uncovered.
We have to get beyond thinking that because people hold a certain title or they have a certain income or they have a certain stature, that they wouldn't ever do these things. Which is why we have to educate our children from an early age, tell them about these things that happen, that can happen.
Police recovered several devices with the videos saved in password-protected folders. Detectives say Wooyon admitted to having dozens of child pornography videos.
Sunday marks 3 years since the first cases of COVID-19 were confirmed in the state of Maryland. On that day, former Governor Larry Hogan told Marylanders the first 3 cases were confirmed in people who had been traveling abroad. The governor said in a tweet that day, quote, "I encourage all Marylanders not to panic, but to take this seriously and to stay informed as we continue to provide updates." Less than 2 weeks later, businesses and schools would shut down across the country. Meantime, officials continue to try to trace where the virus originated. Last week, a report from the Energy Department stated with low confidence that the pandemic most likely started from a potential lab incident in Wuhan, China. The FBI made similar conclusions. However, China is dismissing these statements, saying the theory will hurt U.S. credibility. It's important to note officials here in Washington stress that not all U.S. agencies are in agreement on the origin of the virus.
And here in the district, COVID centers in D.C. are expected to close at the end of this month. This is according to a recent announcement from D.C. Health. Now, this is in response to a significant drop in COVID case numbers, a high vaccination rate, and the increase in at-home testing kits. The center's purpose was to provide people in the community with free and easy access to COVID vaccines and tests. And in total, the COVID centers provided over 1 million free masks, more than 80,000 vaccination doses, and more than 400,000 rapid antigen tests, and nearly 40,000 PCR tests.
I did give it serious consideration, and I talked to people everywhere, and I talked to my family, and it was a tough decision, but I've decided that I will not be a candidate for the Republican nomination for president.
And Maryland's former governor Larry Hogan announcing he is not running for the Republican nomination for president next year. Now, this was shared in his interview with Face the Nation. Hogan also said fewer nominees running for nomination would give the party a better chance of not nominating former President Donald Trump. Hogan has spoken out against Trump's policies in the past. And former President Donald Trump making his appearance at the Conservative Political Action Conference over the weekend. He attacked the current Republican Party in his speech, but did not specifically name any opponents in the race for the nomination. He also laid out his plans for a planned second term with the intent, he says, on finishing the fights he started in his first term.
We're going to complete the mission. We're going to see this battle through to ultimate victory. We're going to make America great again.
In an interview with reporters, former President Donald Trump said he plans to run for president even with pending federal investigations.
Meantime, President Biden receiving mixed reviews for his plan to launch his re-election campaign. A recent poll from the Associated Press shows just 37% of Democrats want the president to seek a second term. Concerns in the party range from the withdrawal from Afghanistan to the president's age. He just turned 80 last November. It comes as the White House announced this weekend that the president had a cancerous skin lesion removed last month. The president's doctor said it was a common form of skin cancer and the president will not need any further treatment. Just 1 month earlier, First Lady Jill Biden had 2 similar lesions removed from her right eye and chest. Now that the cleanup effort has started, city officials and neighbors are looking ahead with a special focus on future safety in the area.
Yeah, DC News Now's Lex Wars is live this morning on Route 15, where that crash happened over the weekend in Frederick County. And Lex, how soon could new safety measures come for neighbors who were impacted by this?
Right, well, it could be about 5 years before there's any type of permanent safety barrier between the homes here on Apple Avenue and Route 15. You can see how close these are to each other, and that's part of a plan to widen the highway. Now, Mayor Michael O'Connor says that this is part of the 2028 Consolidated Transportation Program. This would add more lanes to Route 15, but it would also give the city more funding for safety improvements such as safety barriers. Now, those are long-term goals. Short-term here, the cleanup is surrounding the gas that spilled and the hazardous material associated with the fire. And while they do work to fully clean that up, residents over here are making their concerns about a barrier between their neighborhood and the highway known.